Hey, what's up guys? Today we're going to be checking out the Razer Naga V2 Hyperspeed mouse. Now this mouse is going to be great for MMO gaming. Games like World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy 14, or if you're not much of a gamer, this mouse is still good if you're looking to improve your productivity workflow. So at the moment, Razer has 4 versions of the Naga lineup mouse. This one here, the Hyperspeed V2, is considered to be the second best one of the lineup. In this video, we won't really be doing a comparison video between the mice, but that is coming up fairly soon on my channel, so if you're interested to see the difference between the Naga mice, be sure to hit that subscribe button. With that being said, let's take a closer look at the features of the Hyperspeed V2 Razer Naga mouse. This video is sponsored by Sparkify. Sparkify is a giveaway tool that pulls in giveaways from all over the internet, whether it be Instagram, Twitter, or random companies' websites. Sparkify is going to find giveaways from all over the internet, bring them into one place, and gives you the opportunity to cherry pick your favorite giveaways. So go ahead and visit sparkify.co, create your free account, and start winning some dope prizes. So the Razer Naga V2 Hyperspeed. What makes this mouse special? Well, the first thing to note is that it has a lot of customizable buttons. On the side here, you're going to see that there are 12 programmable buttons that can be customized in the Razer Synapses software. All 12 of these buttons are going to be able to do many things like hotkey shortcuts. You can change them to macros, commands. There's a whole fleet of things that the software has to offer. But by default, it's going to be the numbers 1 through 12, as if you were pressing the buttons on your keyboard. The buttons are mainly going to be pressed with your thumb, and I found that it was very easy to reach all of them. So no matter whether you have a small thumb or a larger thumb, I think this mouse should work for majority of people out there. The next set of customizable buttons are going to be these two by the left pointer click. Now these are designed to be pressed with your pointer finger. However, I found that the one closer to your thumb is actually pressable, and I found that it was more comfortable to press it with my thumb than it was with my pointer finger, because I have to really bend my pointer finger to press it. However, the outer button I found was easier with a pointer finger, and so I would play with that to see what makes sense for you. So there is flexibility on how those buttons can be pressed. And by default, these two buttons are going to be DPI switchers, one for DPI up and one for DPI down. And this can be modified to be a hotkey of some sort of your choice via the Razer Synapses software. The next customizable button is going to be the scroll wheel, and more specifically the left tilt and right tilt. Now a lot of gaming mice are starting to do this, and this has been around for a while now, but I like that they included it in this mouse. It's one of my favorite shortcuts on any mouse, just because it's so easy to tilt your scroll wheel left or right, and you can do it with your pointer finger or middle finger, and it's very quick, it's easy access, it's comfortable. Love it. You can customize this as well in the software. And speaking of the scroll wheel, there's also a mode where you can do free scroll or tactile scroll. By default, you're going to have tactile scroll, where when you scroll, you can feel the bumps, every little click. And if you press the button above the scroll wheel, it's going to put it into free scroll mode, which is where if you spin the scroll wheel, it's going to keep on spinning. It's going to spin as long as you want it to, depending on how much force you apply. So this is going to be really helpful if you have long pages that you need to scroll through. Now a little bit on the build quality of this mouse. It is going to be made fully of plastic, and it's going to be finished in this matte black color, and the texture on the mouse is going to be grainy, so that's going to provide for a better gripping experience. And on the side of the mouse, you're going to have a ring finger indent where your ring finger rests, and then on the very edge of the mouse near your pinky, there's going to be a grip, and that grip is really going to help you grasp the mouse and have a firm, grip on it. So it's really going to let you have that control, and with the ring finger, it's going to give you that ergonomic experience. So if you're an MMO gamer and you do long sessions of gaming at a time, or productivity if you're not into gaming, this mouse is going to be good for long periods of use time. The 1 through 12 side buttons are also going to be made of plastic, just like the mouse. However, the difference is that these don't have a grainy finish. Instead, they're a fine plastic finish, and I found that they were still grippy even though they're not grainy, because of how much indents there are between the buttons. So your finger kind of caves into the cracks between the buttons. Overall, very good gripping experience. Now the Razer Naga V2 Hyperspeed has 2 ways of connecting to your computer. You can do it either A, through Bluetooth, or B, through the Hyperspeed wireless software that Razer has to offer. So with Bluetooth, it is going to be a little bit more laggy, but for most people, it probably won't be noticeable. But the benefit of the Bluetooth is that your battery life is going to last for up to 400 hours, which is really long. However, with Razer's Hyperspeed wireless software technology, the battery is going to last for up to 250 hours, and that's about half of Bluetooth. But the benefit of using the USB dongle over Bluetooth is that you're going to have practically no lag. It's as if you're connected with a wire. I mean, there might be like a slight delay, but I don't think any of us are going to notice it. Now, if I had a choice on which wireless connection I would use Razer's wireless Hyperspeed software, just because it's faster and I feel that 250 hours is plenty for me. And speaking of battery life, the way you actually charge this thing is through a AA battery. So there is no charging system. You have to replace the battery every time this mouse dies. So you might have to get rechargeable batteries to make it worth the bang for your buck. And the way you access the battery or the USB dongle is by removing the cover from the top of the mouse, and then you're going to see both of them inside, and they can be easily removed. And then to put it back on, it's fairly simple. All you do is clip it back on, and that's it. Super easy. And the clicking experience on this mouse isn't exactly the quietest, but I would say it's not the loudest either. So here's a quick little sound test demo for you guys to see what it sounds like. Now this mouse has a lot of things you can customize with the software. You can customize how each hotkey works, what each key does, macros, commands, delays, you name it, this mouse can do it. And it's really, really good for those MMO gamers that need a very custom experience. And if you don't need a custom experience, you can use this thing fairly simply to really optimize your gaming or productivity workflow experience. And I'm also going to be doing a comparison video between the Razer Naga V2 Pro, which is the upgraded version of this, in the near future. So if you're interested in seeing that, be sure to click that subscribe button. And with that being said, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.